Varsågod. Edgar had no friends. One day the people he thought were the funniest, the smartest, the brightest asked if he wanted to join them for a swim. They had been diving there before, they said, and Edgar dived, and he broke his back. His life is now in a wheelchair. He got loads of friends now, though, also in wheelchairs. Not so smart, or funny, or bright. But they are his own friends, and sometimes they play board game together. Three small families were living on the river, all vegetarians, never eating liver. A boat came along one day with a fat smoking Dutch. The father fell in love, thought he was quite a catch. But in shame of what they did, they almost burned the houses down. The poor wounded rest now only have the gown to wear and nothing to eat. Keep the fire burning, never cool the heat. Keep the fire burning, never cool the heat. Keep the fire burning. It was graduation time in Seymour. Of course there were too many in the car. Of course they had been drinking. And the driver forgot to keep both his hands on the wheel. But anyway, they were only 17. They had their whole life ahead of them. The blood was all over the place. The elephant survived, of course. Their poor young souls were instantly reincarnated into 5 blackbirds. God bless them. Peter S. Wellington was going to conduct his first sermon this Sunday, and he really had to practice. Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do. And behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 11. He was doing quite well when Sunday arrived, but unfortunately only his mother came to listen. One little horse was jumping in the fur. The horse was white and didn't like his black dots. The woman paid a lot and all the dots were gone. The war against the ugliness is forever won. The other little woman sold her body for some money. The money was white, but the man was not so yummy. The woman paid a lot and got herself a truck. She's driving in Romania, but never doing fuck. They ran the factory together, the perfect little family. 2 nice children, always behaving like they should. They went directly after school every day to help their parents as much as they could. The paper factory had been in the maternal family's property for more than 9 decades now. And it wasn't so much the ugly words she had written all over the paper rolls, already sold to a Middle Eastern country, that hurt the most. It was the fact that she never came back. 2 children, 7 and 12 years old, never saw their mama again. Listen to the call of the heat pump. Wherever there's a cold breeze touching your heart, an important job has to begin. Transform this coldness into warm, loving energy. This job is mine. For the sake of all people in the air around this world, let it also be yours. Take care. HP. Heat pump. 2011. She had entered her scientific career with a brilliance and efficiency rarely seen. She had also been longing for death, as long as she could remember. Or was it more true that she had been waiting for her life to begin, but it never did? She wanted to be absorbed in the strongest, most violent, passionate battles of life. She wanted her body to shiver with explosions from laughter, sorrow, and anger. The way she took her life was the most natural for her. The old tree had been her closest friend since she was a child. The game of life is hard to play. I'm gonna lose it anyway. The losing card I'll someday lay. So this is all I have to say. Hey, suicide is painless. Edgar didn't commit suicide, but he wasn't a team player after all. He died all alone, but quite happy after what I've heard. I think it's very important with a beautiful funeral. If there's any message I would like to give to you this evening, is to make sure you will be surrounded by white and pink flowers when you have entered the shadows of death. Make sure everybody who is there to say goodbye to you are properly dressed in the very right colors. They were all there to wish the young scientist a pleasant journey. I mean, Edgar was there. The factory family, well, this was before the mother ran away. The old whore in Romania came, the poor bastards on the river, the heat pump keeper, and even Peter S. Wellington. Thank you.
Stort tack till Pernilla. Det var en